want it. I want to be the first one to offer it around here. And, you know, I want to offer it for a good price. What's going on, everyone? It's Lee here, the rental guy from the rental shop. So, you know, the rental shop. We started from the garage of my house roughly 6 years ago, and we've always been reinvesting into new inventory so that we can get more orders for different things so that we can grow. It's September. For us, September means back to school. So it means one more rush, and then the events kind of peter down for us. And we're always investing. I mean, arcades for Christmas stuff coming up, you know, thinking ahead for that. New karaoke machine for the Christmas season. New speakers for the movie in the park packages. As we grow, we figure out what's a bigger part of our business. You know, and it just happens to be AV stuff is just more and more better. So we invested in a lot of stage. We've got some here, and then we've got a whole nother set of stage just right over here. And when people rent stage, they rent those things like speakers. And, you know, this guy right here. Anyways, 3 of my guys are gone back to school, so it's me and 2 guys on the tent team and the warehouse team, and my daughter and my wife doing warewashing department / office. Well, what does that mean for us? It means it's still busy, but we have less people, so we have to be more organized, and you know, we get to utilize all the trucks at once too, because you know, having these things preloaded can make heavy delivery days quite a bit easier. So how are we doing so far this year? Let's take a little look-see. So it shows this year so far, we've taken 734 orders, 38,567 items to make revenue of $334,885. And these are still orders to be due and increasing. So these are good numbers, and you know, after Christmas season, hopefully they'll set us on the revenue trajectory just like last year, you know, roughly 500K. Well, we had one less guy, and we made slightly more money so far this year up to this point, but it seemed a lot easier. So what changed? The out-of-town deliveries have changed. We've quoted ourselves out of those. And I repeat, you know, we needed those before, but I've supplemented it with other inventory that, you know, customers can pick up or only doing in-town gigs. Now, granted, out-of-town gigs are a lot of money. I didn't say we don't take them because we did 2 of them this year and they were highly profitable, but they were a nightmare, logistical nightmare. And, you know, you forget one thing and you have to double back. I forgot one wall for one of our orders that was out in Humboldt. We did one called Street Fest out there, and you know, it sucks to have to drive an extra 3 hours just to deliver one wall. Arranging the staff for extra weird off hours is a task in itself. And you know, if you're going far out of town, well, if you're hiring a labor service, a temporary labor service, well, they might not show up in time. You can't bank on them. But in town, well, easily done. And then you don't have to pay overtime if you go over with all that extra driving time, if something goes wrong, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I haven't done much out of town. I went to Edmonton to my friend Sheldon's business to pick up some stage. And, you know, we got there all right in the trailer. And on the way back, I blew 2 tires. I changed one tire, blew another one. And then when they went and picked it up, they like bent this stuff all to crap. And so my trailer was out of commission for a week when I needed it. And, you know, I had to get all new tires and my bearings repacked. You know, do some preventative maintenance on your vehicles. Anyways, so when we went out of town gigs can be nightmarish. Anyways, Humboldt Street Fest, that gig was great in August. You know, I rented a flatbed truck. because I couldn't get an enclosed trailer, and I learned that flatbed truck is kind of a nightmare learning to strap it up. I mean, you have to strap it up way better, inside a flatbed truck. All those little loose items, they'll go flying, and so that was my mistake. Anyways, having the little trailer scare, I've got my bearings repacked and my new tires. I thought, man, I don't want my box truck to go finicky. So, I got new tires on my box truck in the back there. So, beefy guys. Anyways, like we said, we're focusing on lots of pickup items because, you could do X amount of deliveries in a day, but you can do so many more pickups. And it's not that we don't do deliveries. We just charge a lot more. We charge a lot for deliveries. We charge $4 per kilometer. And then we also charge, exact time arrivals. It's like an extra $175. If someone wants exact time, well, they got to pay for it. And if they're not willing to pay for it at an extra price, they're probably willing to pick it up. You won't lose very many customers if they're paying an extra $175. They're just trying to squeeze in some convenience, and you don't have to give that to them. And I've learned this. And it's been helpful for us because we make a lot of money off of this extra delivery. In fact, let's look how much money we made off of exact time deliveries this year. Now, keep in mind, exact time deliveries caters to a certain type of customer. Usually a corporate customer not spending their own money, someone maybe out of town trying to organize it, someone on a budget, not somebody through Facebook Marketplace, or not somebody trying to save a buck, not somebody who you can arrange to drop things off earlier and just do a standard delivery rate to. So if you look here, we've done 24 exact time deliveries at $175 a piece. And most of these clients are corporate. Now, 24 of these deliveries at $175 a piece is $4,200 and extra dollars. Now, I know some of them we bargained a little bit. We wanted to get a gig, so we used that as leverage. Hey, you want free or cheaper exact time? But on days when it's inconvenient, that price stays way up there. This one here, Foot Locker, acrylic bar, exact time delivery, $350. It was more than the delivery and more than the bars. And, just for one bar, $1,034. Anyways, I'm all over the place on this vlog. It's the end of the season. I just want to be back on the computers. I want to be creating stuff. But, I've got 4 more weeks in the field before things just go, because they will. And then they won't pick up heavy until Christmas again. And of course, right when my guys leave, right when I lose 2 guys and it's just 3 of us left, this is next week. All the yellows are deliveries and all the blues are pickups. Lots of exact times, lots of tents. We may have to hire labor ready, but I've spaced it all out pretty good. So not too bad. And my delivery app that I created actually maps all this stuff too. And this is the thing I want to be creating in the future, We've made this system with yellow sheets and blue sheets, and it works to keep us organized. I can look at it, it's all in order, but we've literally made the software to mimic it. And that's the kind of software we want to build in the off-season, critique it, make it better. Like, look at this, Shannon Gilbert. And then Savannah Dinsmore, like those are my yellow sheets. And then it's a blue sheet. And, let's see right on here the app. And look at this, I can log in from the computer or from my phone. And it shows, Shannon Gilbert, the same as that sheet right there. And it's like, oh, okay, it's in the minivan. Got the minivan preloaded already. Minivan, Lee Jones is set to deliver it. It's already loaded in there. We can make notes, be like, hi Lee. And then we can save that note and it will be there for whoever views it, right? And then when we're on our way, well, then we can notify the customer. We click that and then it gives us an open thing that text through open phone. We can send the customer the SMS, letting them know that we should arrive within 30 minutes. We're not going to do that right now. Or we can send GPS locations to Lee Jones and it will send right to my phone. And the next one right after Shannon Gilbert, who's next? Savannah is next, right? And look on the app here. Oh, there's Savannah in the big trailer, already loaded. Lee Jones as the driver. No notes. We can notify the customer, blah, blah, blah. Building software here, I want to make something more visual where we can, where the staff can see it and know it a little bit better, but we're working on it, and I've got like things that I need to do, fill propane tanks, load blah, blah, blah into here, load blah, blah, blah into there. I want to get these to-do notes onto this app to be able to push to staff. I'm still trying to figure that out. Once you figure it out in your brain, and that you can design it onto an app just using like Replit, which is like an app builder to hook into your software and make these things happen. Anyways, I'm on a tangent, and all that I can think about is what's the next piece of inventory I can get. I'm absolutely obsessed. So Halloween's coming up. It's never huge for us or anything, but we always have fog machines on the go. So, I bought another fog machine. I should really buy 3 or 4, even though they don't go out much. When it rains, it pours. That's one of those things where everyone's looking for a fog machine. You could probably rent 10 of them one day a year, and then for the rest of the year, you'll just have one going out. But, in the long, these things pay for themselves in 2 rentals. So 2 years, you buy 10 of them this year, and then you rent them this year and next year. Well, they're all paid for. Year 3, then it's all profit for all 10 rentals. Also, I couldn't help it. I bought Dance on the Clouds, so like one of those dry iced, low-lying fog machines. So it's coming from Amazon. We'll see how good it is. I'll be documenting that. So remember these Spark machines here? These Spark machines have been moving now. I make a landing page for something and, it moved a little bit, but now it's starting to gain some steam. So the Spark machines are great. I want to get more. I want to show you something new that we have here. Wish me luck, guys. I saw the mini golf online. I thought, hey, you know what? This actually isn't that hard to build. I guess we'll find out. Anyways, I got some 2x8 plywood, some 2x3s, some 1x2s, golf green turf, and some adhesive and some staples and an end piece for the cup. We'll see how it goes. So I'm absolutely obsessed with golf. I've been looking at it for too long, and my city doesn't really have it. So I want it. I want to be the first one to offer it around here, and I want to offer it for a good price, so that it's just another offering that customers can pick up. So anyways, this golf thing's pretty cool. I built this hole as a test. I don't like the wood. It didn't glow under the black light like it should. So I'm taking these off, and I'm actually using aluminum extrusion so that it's got more of a, not homemade look to it. I'm just waiting for them to come, and then I'm gonna wire in LED light strips into the side. And I've got cool stuff like this glowing LED golf ball. Okay, so check these golf balls that I got out. Golf balls and some cool putters on the way, and it shouldn't be too hard to brand this thing. If it's glowing, all you have to do is just take from examples online. It's great, and I'm gonna make it my own. I've ordered like this barn right here this barn mailbox right here. I'm gonna cut the bottom out and make a hole out of it, and a whole set of these right here I've ordered. Those are really cool with the loop-de-loop and blah blah blah. Every year if you take on a cool project, it adds to your arsenal. Like, remember 2023, I think it was, or 2022, we built all those marquee letters. You can actually buy the blueprints for those, because we do those in our DIY wedding market store on Etsy. Me and Les, who's disappeared from YouTube, but he's still around in real life. So Les.
Of letters. First of all, safety glasses. These ones are a little...
The rental journey, if you go ahead and make a YouTube video, we'd all appreciate that to know where you're at. But yeah, back to these holes. They're absolutely fantastic. So, you could just market them as mini golf holes, but is that enough, really? If you market things as an experience, even a DIY experience, people will eat that up so much more because they won't have to, figure things out. Oh, golf hole, that'd be cool at our thing. No, it's 9 holes of mini golf, branded table, scorecards, blah, 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 you know, at your event. Easy pickup, loads into a truck this size, booking for Christmas parties, on sale, blah, blah, blah. People are like, yeah, that's what I want. They want turnkey solutions. Anyways, that's all I've got for you right now. Stay tuned through videos in the off season where I'll be talking more as I build these mini golf holes and do all this stuff. And yeah, keep you updated with the week to week. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, well, watch another one because I'll keep them coming if you keep watching. Have a good one. And as always, you stay classy. We'll see you on the next one.